I like to eat. I like to eat ibuprofen. Eat, Birdie. Remember how little Greg took a shit on the street and then laughed about it or something? Whatever it is.
He's like, I'm from LA.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking funny as fuck.
Got you. Got you. We were laughing at you while you were sleeping. Brother. Someone said stream Adam Costello. They're discussing what Thomas will set it up. Try to see if there's an Adam Costello. Oh wait, but who's that? Is Adam like Antifa or probably?
Neither.
Like what does that mean? They were discussing their plans.
Probably just where they're gonna go, like where everybody's gonna go.
For which side though?
Probably for our side.
Oh, I got it.
We live stream, so like on Facebook or Twitch or yeah. Support us, get more gear and that type of stuff.
Has it been like to be a
Yeah.
supporter? Do you think you are being treated? How has it been? Have you been treated different than bigger networks?
I've seen a lot more pushback from like the bigger networks when they come down here because a lot of people don't tend to like having the bigger, more mainstream media networks down here just because of the way they like twist stories and stuff like that. Independent streamers, we don't have too much trouble. The only people we really have too much trouble with is like the Antifa and the people down here that don't like to be filmed doing things. You know, sometimes they'll try to push us out or tell us we can't film them doing stuff. And then as well, like the Patriots and those type of people, the ones that think that we're like leading marches or like trying to like dox them or like film them doing stuff as well, they don't really tend to like us. That's why they're not really probably going to let any of us over there where they're at. And yeah, and a lot of us streamers, you know, we get a lot of the people that message, I have like hundreds of death threats and people will try to follow us around and all that type of stuff. And there's people that don't agree with what we're doing or anything like that. Majority of us, like myself, we try to stay non-biased, so just kind of stay in the middle to just let people from either side, you know, have a platform to speak on it and stuff like that. And sometimes people are just a little bit too ignorant, I guess, to like do the research to actually see what the network is about, so they just kind of like place blame on people right away. So that sometimes gets us in some trouble with people that just like don't want us to be there. But
yeah, I'll tune into your stream though.
Yeah, I have to keep doing my yeah.
It is?
Doesn't matter.
That the network that I'm a part of, we have a bunch of streamers and we also have like a ton of writers and bloggers. We have our own full website, tons of different stuff on there. We write blogs daily, share different resources and news pieces.
What's it?
Just for people that like want to
Adopt the Rose program. Dude, I'm hot.
learn more and stuff like that. So. Our website is right there.
Yeah, we're going back to the group in a second. I don't see no cops. I see one scary biker,
and then
but
the links to like our Facebook.
He's wearing a t-shirt, so we're good.
Else are on there.
Huh.
He's a biker.
And you can also get a hold of any one of us if you
So he's got a chopper
or anything like that.
I've seen West Coast choppers.
No, I mean, Harleys are cool.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Trick.
And dudes with the big old fucking trucks.
Bicycle truck's bad.
Oh wait, no, that's a good truck. Never mind, I take it back.
Where did you get those at?
I got proved wrong instantly.
They're passing them out over there? Well, I don't have somewhere to put anything onto it, yeah. I don't have any extra pockets. My pockets are full.
That's bad.
Yeah.
I take it back.
You know what I mean?
As soon as I said that, a Black Lives Matter truck.
Instant. All right, the cops decided to leave and go do their jobs, it appears.
Let's see where the truck is. I'm gonna look at Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about that. It is Portland.
Yeah, they're going to a new location. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard that fucking
Awesome.
weird
Yep, see ya.
ass screaming. Dude, this rose garden is pretty. Y'all want to see Portland? You want to see how on fire and horrible it is? Look at this beautiful rose garden. Let's go. Can we look at the flowers? No? I've never been into it.
Okay, we can walk through and up to the gazebo if you want.
Yay.
I might, you know. I forgot my fucking mask on the kid.
You're fine.
Nora Willie. The real Nora Willie. Not funny.
Most important black persons that come to the city to work as railroad workers.
I saw, yeah.
Very upsetting.
And took up residence in the area of Albina within
There's some
walking
flowers for
distance
y'all,
of
chat.
Portland Union Station. Oregon's largest city then and now was known as one of the most segregated cities north of the Mason-Dixon line, with a law barring blacks from voting in the state. Extreme housing discrimination, known as redlining, prohibited minorities from purchasing property in certain areas.
I can hear the choppers.
1919, the Realtor Board of Portland approved code of ethics that forbade realtors and bankers from selling or giving loans for property located in white neighborhoods to minorities.
My uterus is bad.
Black folks. Mm-hmm.
I just put it back in there and then I didn't, by the time I realized how much was going on,
It was
Wow.
So I'll get some CBD. I'll get a CBD drink. Take CBD to bring it down.
mile wide, not too far from here. Here comes the war that changed the face of Oregon. Like it did for so much of the country, World War II changed the landscape of Portland completely. In 1940, just before the U.S. entered into the war, industrialist Henry Kaiser struck a deal with the British Navy to build ships to bolster Britain's war effort. By 1940, 1100 for a place to build a shipyard, Kaiser set his sights on Portland. The whole world was looking at Portland. The Albina district centered around North Williams Avenue in the area just 2 miles long and 1 mile wide. Not too far from here. Kaiser opened the Oregon Shipbuilding Corporation in 1941, and it quickly became known as one of the most efficient shipbuilding operations in the country, capable of 5% faster than other shipyards, while using generally unskilled and still ununionized laborers. When America entered the war in December of 1941, white male workers were drafted, plucked from the shipyard and sent overseas, and the burden of fulfilling the increased demand for ships was America's entrance into the war, fell to the shoulders of those who had otherwise been seen as unqualified for the job, women and minorities. Say, I got value. Come on, say, I got value. Come on, say, I got value. Say, black lives do matter. Say, black lives do really matter. Black men and women began arriving to Portland by the thousands, increasing Portland's black population tenfold in a matter of years. Between 1940 and 1950, the city's black population increased more than any West Coast city other than Oakland and Frisco. It was part of a demographic change seen in cities across America as blacks left the South for the North and West in what became known as the Great Migration. We got to keep on moving. We got to keep on moving. moving toward opportunity, and moving toward change. Say Black Lives Matter. Say Black Lives Matter. With the Portland's black population undergoing a rapid expansion, city officials could no longer ignore the question of housing. There simply wasn't enough space in the red line neighborhoods for the incoming black workers. But even with the overwhelming influx of workers, Portland's discriminatory housing policies reigned supreme. Fearing that permanent housing development would encourage black workers to remain in Oregon after the war, the Housing Authority of Oregon, the Portland Housing Authority, sound familiar, was slow to act. Article in the Oregonian 1942 with the headline, New Negroes, Migrants, Worry City. I tell you, the city's afraid of black folk moving in power. I said the city's afraid of black people and white people coming together in unity to shift change in the landscape. This was back in 1942, and here we are in 2020 when white people and black people can stand in solidarity for systemic change. There's nothing we cannot accomplish by the grace of God. Cited in the article, new black workers were taxing the housing facilities of Urbana District and confronting authorities with a new housing problem. Later that same year, Mayor of Portland, Earl Riley, asserted that Portland can absorb only a minimum number of Negroes without upsetting the city's regular life. It's time to disrupt some things, Portland. It's time to reimagine what's possible. Diversity, equity, and inclusion on every level of policy. Affirmation is here for us to seize the moment. Almost true. Seemingly overnight, Vanport, named because it was midway between Portland and Vancouver, Washington. Vanport. Became Oregon's second biggest city and the largest housing project in the country, heard Dre say it earlier. Home to 40,000 workers at its peak, 6,000 of whom were black. Kaiser couldn't wait for the city to provide his workers with housing, so he went around officials to build his own temporary city with the help of the federal government. There it is, the feds, they showed up. Completed in just 110 days. It's amazing what can happen when you get support and how quick it can happen. Remain resilient, remain persistent, keep marching, keep protesting, keep organizing, keep on praying. You're going to make a substantial difference after a while. The year was 1948. Had become particularly wet that year. Snowy winter had left the mountain snowpack bloated, and a warm, rainy May, combined with spring melt to raise the level of the Columbia River to dangerous heights. Officials in Vanport began patrolling the dikes that day, but didn't issue any warnings to the Vanport residents. The United States Army Corps of Engineers had assured the Housing Authority of Portland that the dikes would hold and that Vanport would remain dry in the face of increasingly rising waters. Interesting. Still, the Housing Authority of Portland safeguarded its files and equipment, removing them from their offices in Vanport, along with some 600 horses from the adjacent racetrack behind us here. On May 30, Memorial Day, 1948, Vanport woke up to a flyer from the Housing Authority of Portland which read, "Remember, dikes are safe at present. You will be warned if necessary. You will have time to leave." The dikes did not hold. At 4:17 p.m., a break came in a railroad dike that separated Vanport from Smith Lake along the city's northwest edge. What began as a small hole just 6 feet initially rapidly expanded until water was steadily streaming through a 500-foot gap in the dike. As water seeped into the city of Vanport, homes were swept away in the flood, their foundationless walls unable to withstand the force of the water. In less than a day, the nation's largest housing project, a mecca of black progress, business, ownership, education, in less than a half a day was destroyed. 18,500 residents were displaced, and roughly 1,600 were blacks. And Vanport, Ed Washington remembers and counting more racist remarks than as his childhood in Birmingham, Alabama. Wow. Simply because Birmingham, blacks and whites rarely interacted. In Vanport, it was an increased racial climate. Although there was a racial climate, there was yet integration. Whites and blacks working together. Vanport launched and hired the first black educators in the state of Oregon. Vanport hired the first black educators in the state of Oregon. Vanport hired the first black educators in the state of Oregon. Vanport was the first state in Oregon, city of Oregon, to hire black teachers. So why are we here today? What is the significance of us gathering in this moment? Blacks here, but we're here. Portland didn't want us to remain here, but we're still here. The Portland Housing Authority wanted to restrict our ownership, but we've broken through. The flood tried to erase our history, but we're still here and we survived. Because we are here, I say because we are here, we must be concerned and we must be committed to elevate our voices and to mobilize like never before. We must be courageous and we must be determined that Oregon will change on our watch. Why don't you clap those hands and give God the glory in this open space?
Okay, I gotta fix my thing. What's up?
We got a couple more presenters. First of all, we want to be able to talk about the car caravan that's going to be leaving out of here with specific instructions. So I want to introduce you guys to Arfi, who is one of the main organizers for Car Caravan, and she organizes nationally, not just here in Oregon. She organizes nationally. I've been working with her for the last few days, and let me just tell you, she's a wealth of knowledge in Car Caravan. She has a lot of information, so please listen to her as she gives you guys detailed information on how we'll be getting out of here.
I want to thank you for reminding me of Charles Jordan. I grew up in his parks and recreation programs, and Portland is a huge debt to him, but still. Okay, I'm Arfi, PDX Car Caravan. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for a lot of you who helped set the parking up so we can be successful. So how it's going to work is you have a lead car. Your lead car is a blue truck over there. It's going to have two of these orange flags on it. That is who we're following. It's like the slowest game to follow the leader. You'll never want to get in front of that lead truck. The reason that we are all leaving together, one, it's a beautiful sign of unity. It's a beautiful way to cooperate together. It's also a way that we can make sure to keep everybody safe while we leave this area. There'll be two end cars. The end cars are also marked with these flags, so you'll know where the beginning and the end is. If you fall behind the end, thank you for your time. It was lovely, but we won't be able to keep you going through signals, so you should at that time start obeying traffic laws. While you're in the car caravan, we will be blocking intersections. Some of you were given a flyer as we came in. If you have it handy, could you give it a shake so people can see it? And if you don't have access to one of these flyers, find somebody that does. There's a diagram on there. See, there we go. There's a diagram on there that shows how we do the blocking at intersections. You can take a picture of it. On the back of that are kind of the things I'm going to go over, expectations. So we're all going to leave together. Everybody, when everything is done, needs to go to your car immediately and get your car set up and roll, ready to roll, turned on, everything. Your flashers will be on. That's how we all know that we're together in this car caravan, is your flashers are on. We go slow. It is, like I said, a slow game of follow the leader. 5 to 8 miles an hour. Because that way, you guys can stay close together. You want to be super close together, bumper to bumper. And that way you're a solid wall. Nobody can cut in or disrupt or put you in an unsafe situation. And that's why it's so important for us to go so slow, so that you can do that safely. Stay tight. Keep your flashers on. Once we get out of the area, if you no longer want to participate in the car caravan, turn your flashers off, turn out of the line. Thank you for participating with us. See you again in the future, I'm sure. Otherwise, you can continue to join us all the way to Irvington Park. And that's where the caravan will end. And there's an event going there that we're encouraged to join. With the car caravan, everybody is going to have an opportunity to block and cork, most likely. I like to describe it as the cork is like this mass of cars going up the neck of a wine bottle, right? And that when we get to intersections, we need to block them so that cork can keep rolling. And when you're behind the lead car, the truck that has the flags, and you're the first car in line, when you reach an intersection, you're going to go to the left. And if you are the second car, you're going to go to the right and block that intersection. So if you're behind the lead car and you're the first car behind the lead car, where do you go when you come to an intersection? If you're the car behind that, where do you go to block the intersection? Left to right, just like a book. Now, if it's a big intersection and we need more cars, use your judgment and common sense and take care of each other. This is a beautiful act of taking care of each other. If we need more, go left to right as much as possible. Default left to right. You will hold that position until the end cars come. The end cars also marked with flags, yes? When the end cars come, they will flash their headlights at you. That is the signal to please get in front of them swiftly. Do not delay. If you by accident fall behind, it's okay. Turn your flashers off. Thank you for your time. But we won't be able to protect. Blocking it. Corking if you're in front of the lead car or behind the end car.
She's always outspoken this lady. She's always a bit.
If you do not feel comfortable blocking or corking, I'm hoping that you're, if you're in a situation and you don't feel safe, you're like, nope, I'm going to go.
Invited DeRay McKesson to the White House. DeRay McKesson is being sued because in Baton Rouge, a police officer received a projectile in the face, permanently disabled. Black Lives Matter has never been about black lives. You know why? Because black people are not poor. Black people are not needy. And black people are not stupid. And black people are not criminals.
Debbie, do you agree that black lives do matter? I mean, in the grand scheme of it all, when it comes down to that,
that's not what Black Lives Matter means, though.
No, because that's what I was asking about.
Like a center called Children's Paradise, where kids are being killed.
That's
the comparison I make.
That's an interesting reference.
A name doesn't mean anything. It's the actions.
Sure.
I grew up black. There were 10 white kids in my high school when I graduated. And you know what? Antifa Portland hates me for saying that.
I grew up black.
That would be hard for let's walk this way while we do this. I can understand how that would
Oh,
be difficult for
this
someone who
lady,
grew up black to.
this lady said I grew up black. This white lady. On the stream was I grew up black.
Okay. I'll talk to you to get it. Well, let's hope we can change all of that so everybody has the equality that we need. I'll talk to you in just a minute. I appreciate you taking the time. Okay. So I don't know if this was just. The whole thing you want to do is make sure you keep me in frame here. Keep that all times, right? You good? All right. Gotta get a little closer, but because if you get, I gotta have a line of sight with the mic to the receiver, otherwise it won't work. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't. Okay, I thought there was some kind of issue going on over here. I don't know, but it sounds like they might be planning on moving out, like making a march. I don't know where it's gonna go, but curious to find out. Oh, wish I'd have brought my Tums. How we doing?
Anyway, you know one thing though that I do want to say to you is that I hope that you're taking care of yourself because you've seen a lot. Okay, I lived through the Oklahoma City bombing. I got PTSD from it. You've seen a lot. You've dealt with a lot, and so has Amari up there. Okay, take vitamin B12.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, and you've got to deal with what you're seeing because something can creep up on you that's called survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't agree with Summer or Diaz and their beliefs, but it was awful because I was watching it when it happened. But you need to deal with the fact that you were privy to all of this. You need to deal with being in Kenosha. Okay, that's all I'm saying to you is one human to another. Deal with what's going to be in there because you're a very strong person. And I see you, and I really hope that you just take care of you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'm glad you're out there.
Thank you very much.
You're a great person.
Thank you. Mind we ask you a few questions? Oh, never mind. You good with talking to anybody? CJTV. Okay. What about you, boss? You good with a chance for a few quick questions about the rally today?
I'm not very social.
You don't have to.
But I know what you're all about. I support you. I know you're not Antifa. I've seen
I'm trying to be as...
thing. I've seen it all. Thank you guys for being out there.
Trying to be as...
That's what I can say. Thank you for getting the truth out there. You too.
So we're gonna keep pushing, trying to find someone to talk to. Just kind of answer. I'm just curious, like what the goal is today, and kind of what the focus of this group is. I want to make it clear, guys. I'm getting a lot of like attaboys, and a lot of it comes down to just on that human level. It's not because I know anybody here. It says people through these streams get to know you. They saw like what Andrew and I did out in Kenosha, and there's an understanding of the ability to like on a human level to help people be human. So we're here to get every angle of both stories. I'm gonna talk to as many people as possible. You know how I do it. So let's save any judgment that might be coming in on the back end about, oh, he's getting thank yous from these people, because they're all just people that have seen things on a stream that can appreciate that things happen on a stream. All right. So. But we're curious. I want to know what's going on. I want to hear from everyone's POV as to what stage apparently. They want to lock down the stage. There's a stage? Are they doing speeches? You know, are there going to be some speeches? Yeah, they're already done. Oh, they're already done? Yeah, they're already done. Oh, okay. Hey, CJTV? Yep. You just pull up your camera phone. Your camera. Good. There's my channel right here. So what brings you out today, man? Okay.
I've been doing it for like a year out here now. I'm from LA.
Okay.
And,
Did you come all the way up from LA?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What do you know? Like today, what's the?
Well, we're standing out here in honor for Jay, man. Patriot who lost his life out here in Portland by Antifa and BLM. Cold-blooded murder execution style, right in the chest. So we're out here in his honor, in his memory, and paying respects, as well as standing up against domestic terrorism, against BLM, against Antifa. Just because you call yourself anti-fascist doesn't mean that you are. Your actions are what proves who you are. I mean, you tell a tree by its fruit it bears.
Do you feel that the Antifa and BLM are one and the same, or do you feel like there's been
they're all
kind of overlapping ideology?
They're all back behind the same democratic, globalist backings. That's who it is. It's all just whatever you want to call it. It's just like different factions of the same set, man. Different factions of the same set.
Do you? Now we get this a lot. Do you hear the word white supremacist tossed around a lot? You hear things like that?
I'm Puerto Rican, bro. I'm Puerto Rican from South Florida. You know what I'm saying? And they call me. Apparently, I'm the first Puerto Rican Nazi in history. If you leave it up to them to decide. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've been called Nazi, white supremacist, all type of crazy stuff, man.
Do you find many people of color in the Proud Boy organization?
Of course, yeah. I'm Puerto Rican. Enrique Tarrio, he's Cuban, fled a communist country. Like, come on, man. Like, we got blacks, whites, Asians, all different types of races. It doesn't matter what color, creed, language you speak, or where you from, man. Respect is respect, integrity is integrity, honor is honor, and truth is truth, man. You carry that wherever you go, you should be all right.
That's a strong sentiment.
It's facts, though.
It is. It rings true. So, do you think there's going to be any kind of conflict with the with BLM or Antifa or anything along those lines today?
You know, you hope not.
Right.
I hope it doesn't have to come down to that. I don't know if they'll show up. I don't know if they have the balls to try to.
Yeah, all these freaking right-wing news outlets are driving me nuts too, man. That's why I just had to hop on the stream, even though I'm like supposed to be studying right now. But I saw your comment, and I'm gonna get back to you soon on that.
Something always.
For sure.
Have you been a member of the Proud Boys?
Me personally, for a year.
Okay.
For a year now, and let me tell you, like, I'm not one to. I used to be, from where I came from, my background. I used to be a gang member, been to prison, drug dealer, user, all of that. And God saved my life. I got shot in 2015 4 times. God saved my life, and I've been doing the right thing ever since that. And found Proud Boys after starting my channel by going to rallies and fighting against Antifa by myself. They came out, they reached out to me, and my channel blew up within the year. Thank God, glory to God, not on me, but all glory to God for that. But
mad props, God. Big ups.
No, that's what I believe in, man. Listen, to come from where I came from, there's no other explanation that you can show me that it wasn't God. You know what I mean?
I'm a God-fearing man as well. I'm 100% with it.
Yeah, so that's it, man. Basically,
what do you think? Let me ask you. What do you think Antifa represents? Because you hear that a lot.
Their name, what it's supposed to be, anti-fascist, but you're looking at the anti-fascists.
A non-fascist or anti-fascist?
What do you mean? We're the actual anti-fascists. We fought fucking fascism and communism. Bro, that's our history of our country. We're a liberty, freedom, capitalist country.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And we don't have place for that fascism bullshit. But that's the end game. If people do a little bit of study and research what the Marxist tactics are, and what they do is they are projectionists. What they are, they claim the other person so much until it just sticks, and that's what they're trying to do now. And it's written out in the playbook. And what they try to do is they call themselves the anti-fascists, right?
Right.
Because they want to be they're anti-fascists. They got to be fighting bad people. You know what I mean? But that just because they name themselves, that doesn't mean that. And like I said, the tree is told by the fruit it bears. You can't. An orange is not going to bear an apple tree. You know what I mean? So a fascist his behavior is going to be fascist. And you can clearly see that in their tactics when they block off streets, beat up independent people. Like, I've been attacked several times out here in Portland and in LA several times doing exactly what you're doing. Like, if I was doing what you're doing right now with my mic right now in their rally, I'd be beat up or dead, damn near.
We haven't seen the best reception. We were out in Kenosha even. There was
from our rally?
Yeah, there was one Proud Boy that was out in Kenosha with his wife or his girlfriend, and they got chased out pretty quick. Because what they kept saying was the same thing that what you're saying, which is that the Proud Boys had beat up some of their friends and had taken bats to somebody and roughed them up really bad. And so they were angry about that. They had to chase them out because they said, "No, these guys are eliciting violence on us, and I had to ask about that because I was curious.
They could say that, but the facts won't prove that. The facts behind the case is that they'll instigate, they come up, they create the problem, they're the ones that want, you know what I mean, that smoke until we bring the smoke, and then all of a sudden they want to call the police, and now they want to defund the police, but then they want to call the police when they bring it to that level and we, okay, concede to taking it there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you're going to take, and we're a fraternity of men. Proud Boys are Proud Boys. You know what I mean? Like, we stand up for our Western beliefs, and we stand up firmly, and nobody's going to back us down.
What happens when I hear strong support in the Proud Boys and from a lot of the groups that are associated, strong Second Amendment push, right?
Yeah, it's America, baby.
What do you feel is going to happen if the government tries to pull back the right to bear arms or tries to take that away
They have
from
a
people?
shitstorm on their hands, man. You know how many patriots we got? Just because we support Trump right now don't mean that I support every single thing he does. He's not perfect. I didn't agree with any type of flag law, red flag law, all that, any of that touching the Second Amendment shall not be infringed for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so any president or whatever side you're on, you fuck with the Constitution. You mess with the Constitution. You know, we're not backing you, but as far as that, we support the, you know.
So what happens, I see it a lot. You see a Trump flag and then you see like BLM, and it's become like BLM versus the president almost, is what we're kind of seeing a lot.
Well, that's what it's been since 2016.
But it sounds like what you're saying is it's not really about the president, it's about the nation, it's about the Constitution, it's about
Well, that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're fighting for, and that's what they're trying to destroy. You know what I mean? But President Trump supporting the Constitution, you know, doing things by law, how he's supposed to do as a president, they're clearly against everything. And anything that benefits the people that he's trying to do, they fight him on it tooth and nail to the door. So, I mean, it's a fight against good and evil, man. And the Constitution was written by our founding fathers they were 10 times smarter than anybody now because they didn't have the technology. The technology has dumbed us down so much that them back then foreseen all of this shit happening and wrote it a certain way so that it cannot be touched. And they understood that God gave us those are our God-given rights, founded on Judeo-Christian values. You know what I mean? And that's what the left is. They're separating. They're trying to take that back from God. And that's the big fight, is between good and evil. People want to take it flesh and blood, but it says in the Bible it's not about flesh and blood. It's about the spiritual principalities and darkness. You know what I mean? The ones who rule the things that are unseen.
Do you feel the left, you just mentioned something about religion, do you feel the left or people that are on the left, we'll just say democratic individuals, or people that are out with BLM, or any group that you feel kind of is a counter side to where you're at, do you feel they're not really Christians?
God. It's not even just Christian, it's just being a good person, all right? Just being a solid, decent person. You can believe in God or you don't have to believe in God. It doesn't matter. We can kick it, have a beer. It doesn't matter. The fact is, when you try to remove God, it's like the thing, they try to discredit it so much. If they don't even believe in it, why discredit it? Right? You know what I mean? Everything that it stands for, you're trying to destroy. You know what I mean? Man should not lay with another man. Clearly stated in the Bible. They try to make it a pride thing. Be proud that you want to do that. Now, that's like spitting in God's face. People who are not up on the spiritual level, who don't see that type of stuff, don't pay attention to it. And it just flies by normal life. And then they just get confused and lost, and that's how it goes. And that's the end game of the Democratic Party, because they're ran by evil, bro. That's an evil party. That's it. Simple as that.
Gotcha. So who are you voting for?
Trump, 2020.
Okay.
All day.
There you go. Well, all right, man. Hey, thank you for the time. I do appreciate you talking with me. Thank you so much. Interesting. Like, so, you know, like you were saying, questions that I like to ask now are going to be good. They're like, you know, they're not a white supremacist organization. He's Puerto Rican. Just curious. You know, it's interesting because you hear that a lot. You hear the term white supremacist thrown around a lot, and so that always intrigues me to really ask somebody what they really believe. And you know, he's a person of color. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, real interesting. Not really. He's just a fucking grifter, dude. There's nothing interesting about a person pretending to fucking
You are watching Portland
hate
Independent
themselves.
News. We stream nightly on Twitch,
clout and for
DLive,
money.
Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So take a moment to hit the like, follow, subscribe. Don't forget to set up alerts. A special thank you to all our backers and supporters that keep us independent. And as always, for everyone, stay informed, stay together, and stay tight.
I'm just gonna pull up my feed here real quick and see if we can look at some comments. I know people are gonna have some questions, guys, and sorry, I'm gonna have to pull up the feed here because I'm not seeing them on my screen because I'm not holding camera, which is awesome. Dawson, thank you so much for coming out here and holding. Yeah,
We're like a mile away.
Oh no, it's all good. It's not private. I'm studying computer programming right now. At a junior college.
Facebook to comment here.
Local junior college, just to take some courses and just brush up on my skills. I just finished this coding boot camp, so I just wanted to learn some more. But thanks for asking, man. Thanks for asking. Thanks for trying to keep the chat alive. I know it's kind of dead right now. I just finished that assignment, so I should be almost done here. Then I'll be ready to like chill. Okay.
I'm gonna try to find. Here we go.
Did that.
So let me clarify where we're at, guys, right now. So we're down here at Delta Park in Portland, and they've got 2 rallies happening right now. We started off over at the Black Lives Matter rally, which was kind of set up as an a counter protest, I guess you could say, for this rally here. The rally that's happening behind me here with everyone in this parking lot is a Proud Boy rally. Is what it's been advertised as. I'm not sure if that's what they're running under that banner, if everyone here is specifically Proud Boys, or if it's just kind of that's the organization that's coordinating all of this right now. That being said, there's been some interesting interactions so far. They had the park blockaded off when we got here, and the police were at the front, kind of like at the front filter. Now across from us over here, on the other side of this park here, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think it's the freeway's on the back side over there, on the other side of that building. And there's some police parked up on the overpass over here. And then on the other side of the park is where there's the counter rally is happening over there. So I think we're gonna walk a little bit, try to find Andrew Mercado, who's in here somewhere bouncing around. I'd love to talk to who the organizer of the event is, if we can find them. We're gonna bop in here a little bit. You guys wanna walk with? Balu? That's not even a moonwalk. That was just me sliding my feet backwards. So. Hey, do we know if there's is there going to be a march or so? Do you know if there's going to be any more speeches? Let's go find out. So this park goes pretty deep. There's a lot more people here than just me and you and the people at the gate. There's several different groups. Hello. You're doing good. How are you? Wonderful.
There's 2.
Again, it's people that know me just from being on stream, so. Corey, good to see you. Thank you. So yeah, that's the other thing. It's like just from being on stream, there's going to be a lot of people that just recognize me from the. A lot of it came down to Kenosha, man. From that, like I said, that experience out there. I don't know. I have no idea. I saw them, I think, in a parking lot by Walmart or something like that. But there's no parking there for us. We had to get kicked on the line, so here we are. Well, it didn't sound like a very happy. Where are they? You guys aren't fans? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys have had a run-in before? The dog is a small horse. Did you see the side of that black dog? Massive. What's up? Good job on the work. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Shit, I didn't read anything on this quiz.
Yeah. Mercado? Boy, can't, again, guys, if there's music playing, we can't be by music because of copyrights. So any music you guys hear, I don't have any copyrights for any of this music. All credit goes back to the artist. I don't know what else I have to say, but we got on the road, I think. What? Do you think people are sticking to the sidewalk? That's one of the reasons why we're working. So I want to be very clear about something here real quick as we're talking. Is that again, I've never been here before. I don't know personally anybody here. There is recognition because of the stream, guys. So watch the whole stream, understand it. Don't start doing snip clips of wondering like, oh, he's super friendly and familiar with whomever. It's because of the stream. So I already know, you know. People are gonna try to do blowback, but everyone else watching, you guys, we're here to get some information from anybody we can, talk to them, get an understanding, hopefully get a better awareness of what's happening. So let's walk and talk.
Have you never even met?
Oh, that's the lineup for the Porta-John. That's a lot of firepower. So what I've been told is that you guys heard they're not planning on going anywhere. This is where everyone's staying. So come on, I got it. Hello? Is that too loud? Alright, sorry. So apparently I was bumping the mic, guys, sorry. That's not good.
What are they called to tell you? What you
Yeah, my mod team, they're like moderating my channel, they're like, you're messing up your mic, man. Alright, my bad.
I always see people fucking posting. Dang, I've been following you since I saw you like in Kenosha and you got the new account and shit.
Yeah, I had to get a new account, for whatever reason. What brings you out, man?
I was living down here for quite a few years and I just came back out to support some friends and stuff.
Oh, you don't live here anymore, down in Portland anymore?
No, I'm from Seattle actually, kind of like that area originally, but
repping Seatown, yeah?
Yeah, I moved around Utah right now.
Okay.
Kind of actually went between like 3 states, like, because I still come back here a lot. Like Washington still, Utah.
I heard there was a lot of action in Utah. There's a lot of stuff happening down in like Salt Lake.
I mean, Black Fist Coalition just did a thing out in Salt Lake and stuff. I haven't really seen a whole lot out there, honestly. I've been kind of monitoring them for a few years, and it doesn't seem nearly as bad out there. I mean, when I was out here participating in a ton of stuff and out in Washington and stuff like that, shit gets crazy.
It does. Seems to continue to like move that direction.
Yeah, I just saw you were in Washington a couple nights ago. First night of the Breonna Taylor stuff.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Yeah, they started a fire shit around that whole chop zone and all that.
Yeah. It was, deja vu. Yeah. Deja vu. Yeah. Wow, man. Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. See you. Likewise. Can I pet your dog? Awesome.
She's not working right now.
Hey, hello. What's your name? What's up, dog? You have black hair. You ever seen my movie, Basketball Diaries? Say hello to your mother. What's her name? Serena? Aw. Are you shy? You being shy? What's up, son? Like, for a crowd this big, I haven't gotten that belly rubs. Okay, I'll give you as much love as possible. My little guy's like all this fur, but in a dog this big. Yeah, in a Cocker Spaniel Shih Tzu. He thinks he's this big, though. He thinks he's this big. He pretends like he's that big. Oh my god! I know. That's Serena. I can't not say hi to this puppy too. Can I say hi to your dog? Awesome. What's up, pup? Hi, can you smell Serena? It's my mic. Say hi. Hello. Hi. Is it Chesapeake?
No, I think this is a German short-haired pointer.
A German short-haired?
Had her about 3 or 4 months.
She wants to play so bad they're playing back here. Okay.
Shut up! So annoying.
These are small. The lady that bought her, they're so cute, and so she brought her home. But the lady lived in a very tiny apartment, and these dogs are super, super high energy. I mean, super high energy. So, as a puppy, it was okay, but when she started getting bigger, she just ran all the time, and so she couldn't take her out on leash, and she got a crate, and she was keeping her in the crate all the time. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So when I got over there, they had cut a hole in the top of the crate to put the food in, because every time she let her out of the crate, she'd get loose inside the house. She couldn't catch her again. Yeah. And then the worst thing is, I got the crate as part of the deal. Oh, jeez. I've washed that crate several times, man. It smells terrible.
You gotta crush the crate. Go start anew. Hey, what's up with your Wyoming shirt? I gotta ask you.
Oh, my son used to live in Wyoming. So
What part?
I think he lived in Laramie, and also he lived in.
Don't say Sheridan.
No, Cheyenne. He moved over to Cheyenne because he was.
I used to live in Sheridan. Okay. Nice. Hey, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. What's your dog's name? Storm. Hi. Appropriate name for this area, huh? Buddy. Take care, man.
So YouTube might be the new way here. We'll see how they do. Well, Facebook's been holding up strong, and now it's just. But we knew that when October was coming around, that things were going to start changing, and it's already changing.
She's wearing all red, like the devil himself.
Angry and wild.
Not focus. Someone says they're right in there. So this is all the media that they just kicked out of the group there. I'm sure they'll be walking this way. We're gonna have to keep waiting, Eric.
No, I think that's just that large build, large guy stance. I mean, when he's built kind of big, he's got big shoulders, like. Okay, listen, him and Seven make me feel so. And I have never, ever in my life.
Here in Portland, Oregon, and Delta Park. Helicopter?
I came up from Utah with a couple of different Patriot groups and Seth from the Proud Boy chapter. Okay. Yeah. Now, you are obviously a gentleman of color. Yes. Yes, I am. Tell me about that and how that is with this organization, because you hear the term white supremacist thrown around a lot. And we talked to another gentleman a minute ago that's from, he's Puerto Rican, came up from California. Yeah. So maybe you could expound on that.
So my knowledge of the Proud Boys organization is they're like a drinking club. I don't see anything white supremacist about that. Their chairman Enrique is Cuban. They have several people of color on their leadership, and then a lot of the Proud Boy chapter in Utah is like Polynesian and Hispanic. So like when I hear white supremacists or white supremacy coming from the left or from CNN, stuff like that, or what the mayor said about you guys here.
I'm not here. I'm an independent journalist.
Yeah. What they said about the Proud Boys, I just kind of look at it as like anybody who really has an opinion against them, against Radical Left, or their narrative, is either white supremacists. They call me a coon, Uncle Tom, stuff like that. I've had white allies, Black Lives Matter, tell me to dye my skin because I wasn't black, because I didn't believe in what they believed in. So when I hear like the Proud Boys going out or any conservative group, it's literally just the uplifting of a narrative or the belief systems that we have as Americans. It's standing up against that censorship and oppression.
How do you feel about BLM?
It's not a civil rights organization. It wasn't from the start. You're not going to accomplish anything from lifting up Black Death. You got to focus on the systems that the Democratic Party put in place, prison systems, the justice systems. You have to look at the systems themselves and not uplift criminal Black people that die. It's unfortunate that death happens. That's unfortunate, but you're not going to make any changes by that. And it's also my personal feeling of Black Lives Matter. Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God. And a week later, George Floyd happened. And then they started running that back to back on loop. And you saw funding going out to Black Lives Matter chapters that existed but didn't get funding until that happened.
Does not know what
and
he's
then you
talking
saw
about.
riots happening in like Minneapolis and stuff like that. So I believe it's a way for damage control for the left right now, because when he said that, the day after, the Democratic Party lost 26% of the black vote in America. That hasn't happened for a decade.
Wow. That's a staggering statistic right there.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit statistic that he pulled it out of his ass, or somebody told him that, and he has no idea what he's talking about.
Okay. Is that reinforced throughout all of this, or is that something you felt from the very beginning?
Common sense. You just see what he's done for the black community. The black unemployment rate is lowest it's ever been. We have more black fathers going to families out of prison. We had black fathers that are in prison in New York where recreational marijuana use is legal. And we had black men that were in jail for minor possession charges for 2 to 3 years in a state where it was legal. And he got those people released with his prison reform. So Donald Trump has done more for the black community than Obama, Bush, Bill Clinton, McKinney. He's done more for the minority community in general. He released a $500 billion Black Initiative Plan for communities and stuff like that. He's designated the KKK, Antifa, and another anarchist groups as terrorists to our nation. Why didn't Obama do that? He had the complete authority and with the skin color, the right to say KKK was a terrorist organization, that he never designated them as one.
When you talk about these designations, what do you think about Patriot Prayer and how they were deemed apparently a hate group, and that's why their Facebook was pulled down and things of that nature? I heard that there was a gentleman I talked to over here, Storm's owner actually, the puppy over there, who was telling us that his son's here with Patriot Prayer, and so I see an overlapping of those groups. What are your thoughts on Patriot Prayer?
My thoughts on Patriot Prayer, just like any organization, it is a peaceful attempt to get our beliefs out. And as I said before, anything that's against the left right now, if we don't agree in their policies, if we don't agree in their laws or their bills, we're a hateful group, we're white supremacists,
Are you here with Patriot Prayer?
I'm not here with Patriot Prayer. My name is James Sullivan. I'm from Utah. And I'm the founder of Civilized Awakening. We did several...
one more time, what was it?
Civilized Awakening.
Civilized Awakening.
Yeah, we helped with other Patriot leaders in Utah. We helped kind of rally the silent majority. We got backing from the GOP, from different congressional leaders that come out and speak at rallies and stuff. We've had marches more than I think our biggest one was near 1,000 people came out. We had bikers, car clubs, stuff like that, and we marched up to the Capitol. So we
have a blended demographic of individuals.
Yeah, there's black Polynesian groups. There's a huge Polynesian group actually, a Patriot group out there.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
So it's not just all white people. It's just people. They're not all conservatives either. They're moderate Democrats. They're libertarians. They're conservatives and Christians that are just tired of being censored and beat down for not believing in what 2% of the country believes.
Why do you think everyone rallied here today? The real underlying core belief as to why this group is all here today?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. There's a lot of groups that came up from Idaho, from Arizona, from Utah. They just kind of wanted to support Patriots here. That was my reason coming out. Other people, it's a camaraderie. It's being around people that not only believe in
crazy. And you see the passion here and like people like the strong language and stuff, but that's just like, it's just because we have been, not only during COVID, but for the past like, not even Trump's administration, throughout Obama's administration, we have been, our belief systems as Americans, not just as Mormons or as Catholics, Jewish, as Americans has been oppressed for the past decade. And we're tired of it. Because you saw the last time Black Lives came out, we didn't have a Patriot movement. I mean, at Proud Boys, we didn't have like a Patriot movement. This time it's been a decade of like oppression and a decade of censoring that we're just tired of it.
That's why you sound crazy.
Across America. Last question for you, it's two parts. So, the last time there was a big Proud Boy rally down in Portland, it was a month ago, I believe. It was a pretty big clash. Yeah. And we saw some guns that were pulled, and I see a lot of guns here today. A lot of pretty heavy artillery. Why do you think that there's a need for the guns? Well, just bring up the Kyle Rittenhouse. Why did Kyle Rittenhouse need a gun at Kenosha? When he went to go put out a...
If you are new here, subscribe to this channel.
What she got? She is.
That is Joey Gibson, actually.
MySpace, I'd be dead, and I'd be posting all the MySpace links all over Facebook.
He took out his gun, and that's when Kyle started firing. So I'm just saying that like we have guns not because we're going out and thinking. That's a tough one. It's real tough because there is like there's guns. That's the problem. There was guns on both sides. There's people with guns. That's what makes me nervous when you see a crowd gathered and there's kind of a high tension, you know. Yeah, and I do understand that, but if you look kind of across country, I've had a conversation with like a lot of people. If you look at that one instance, name another one. Well, today, I mean, just as far as situations go, we started off across the freeway, and I didn't see any guns over there. I didn't see any firearms of any kind. No, I mean, like, name another instance where a Patriot, or a member of a Patriot group went out, or an incident where a Patriot group went out and shot somebody unprovoked, or did it in the defense of himself. I think Kyle Rittenhouse, there's like one other, I forgot his name, but it's not happening as much as it's happening with Black Lives Matter. They're shooting people, like, for instance, the black retired police chief. He was protecting his friend's business, and they shot him to get inside of his business. And it wasn't black people, they were white people in the name of Black Lives Matter that shot this guy. So it's happening a lot more. So we're seeing that, and as seeing in the media, all right, that's where us Americans, that's where we get like our knowledge about what's going on in other states. Without the media, we wouldn't know what's going on in Portland. So we are armed to deter. We are armed to say like, hey, if you're armed, you're gonna shoot me. We're gonna return fire. You know, it's a deterrent. I don't really see a lot of Patriots going out and.
Piper, stop. Oh, nice. That's dope.
What's going on? Antifa Press.
So Luna, I watch you every fucking night.
I'm Antifa Press.
He's Antifa Press.
What's going on? Fuck Sol Luna. Fuck Sol Luna. You just made this about me.
You just said hi. He's not Antifa.
Huh? They did. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Antifa doxed him.
they literally doxed me.
Yeah, they doxed him. What's your name? Let them
I'm Sol Luna.
She's yelling at me.
I'm Sol Luna.
Didn't they like fuck with your family?
Yeah, they doxed my address.
They put his whole description up. They doxed this guy. Yeah. Antifa doxed him.
This guy.
Have another Coors Light.
Yeah, they've been fucking with him.
Yeah, it's tough.
They don't like us at all.
I'm sorry, bud.
She's toasted. She's toasty. She tried it. She tried it. She's toasted. We aren't gonna let that happen. Hey, someone go knock it over. Porta-John incident. Accidental Porta-John incident. No one really listened to her, so he's good.
That's what
No one really even listened to her.
That's what I'm saying, Gage. That's funny.
This is the premium.
This happens every time.
The premium content.
Gotta make an OnlyFans for just these moments.
She is in there.
Someone said too many. Someone said too many White Claws.
Too many. Porta-John Karen.
They doxed my address and me and stuff. That's
Like
what
his address, his description, like
yeah. Oh, I got it. Let's go, guys. I did it.
You finally figured that out. Now you just
I did it. I'm a genius. I'm just kidding.
He's watching. Look at that fish eye.
It's a wide angle.
That's an 18 millimeter.
Ooh-wee. That's fancy, dog. Dig it.
And I put it on a DSLR.
Does this plug into your phone? Then you just plug into that, and it maintains a counterbalance.
No, that's a microphone.
Oh, that is a microphone. Oh, you have that directional. See, you had one too. I'm all about trying to learn technologies because I've got my shotgun mic in there or in here.
I've been, we've been trying like different mics.
They have a new one that's coming out that you'll love. It's a dual directional, so it's a dual facing shotgun mic.
This one plugs into the iPhone.
I think it does the same thing.
No, not with the cable.
No, like a direct input. I believe they've got one that's adapted to the mic, the iPhone. You plug in, it's dual direction.
I will be able to look at the footage later. Right now it's still being streamed.
Still being streamed.
But I will be able to look at the footage later.
Orange? I don't know. Okay. So apparently, we might have to get to a vehicle. Me and Luna might need to get going to the vehicle soon. I am. We did? Yeah. Oh, dude. See what I mean? I met him too in Kenosha. I think I know you from Denver. Yeah, you don't. See, look at that. Hey, we're all meeting each other. Hey. Love it.
What car did that come out of? That one?
Huge world, morally shaken.
Someone says you're being awfully friendly with the hate group. With 6 likes on it. I would just say tolerant. I'm just being tolerant. Journalism integrity. You don't let emotions get in the way of your journalism. What's going on? Oh, you got 679 viewers, dude. What's going on, YouTube? 684. Good stuff, guys. Make sure you guys share this out. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Comment like 3 times. I'm just kidding. But definitely hit that like button, guys. It helps Andrew out.
Hey, greetings, Levy. Levy's back. What's going on? How you been?
You are watching Portland Independent News. We stream nightly on Twitch, DLive, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So take a moment to hit the like.
Dude, I have to write a 500-page essay and sucks. Or if not 500 pages. 500 words. It's not that bad, but fuck.
And as always, for everyone, stay informed, stay together, and stay tight.
Portland's always protesting, that's why. They're getting in their cars and they're driving off somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be, though. I'll try to get that information. Yeah, me too. I'm not even sure what we're doing. Okay, alright. We got CJ in the building. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Nah, it's the Bulletproof Vest. Thank you.
This is John Jarnes. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Joel Dawson.
Nice to meet you. What's up, bro?
Asphalt Pirate.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Nice to meet you.
Well, they got told earlier they had to leave, and they must have been bad. What's up, buddy? How are you? Good. I just visited with Don Created specific
should bring out some music videos.
Kenosha, we were out there.
Kenosha, yeah. So I've been watching you. I respect you, but there's a lot of Antifa here, like Antifa press. Like fucking Sol Luna's here.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. No, he's not.
Come on.
He's a recording artist, actually.
I don't give a fuck about his spare time. I'm saying he communicates with Antifa.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, CJ.
Honestly, I
talk
don't.
to you about this because you know this. No. We were on the truck with all those people, with Antifa press all the time when you were.
You know the thing is, like, everyone's press is press. You know what I mean? I just kind of stay follow me here. I stay in my lane just because it's like, even when people start getting on the side of their politics, that's when I kind of like, that's your business. Because it taints how I do things, you know? And
I see your vibe. You're down there. You're chilling with everybody.
I wouldn't be able to do this. I can't, if I'm not able to talk to everybody, then I'm not allowed into places, and I'm not able to actually get voices heard, you know? And I'm all about elevating voices.
When I first started watching the streams months ago, you were one of the first people I watched, and I respect you. But there's a lot of Antifa press here that are completely, twisted and onto the leftist views, and they talk shit about us, and they're listening to our conversations, and they're posting on the internet. So
you know what's wild about Soul is he just got attacked or got dubbed by one of the groups online. Like one of the Antifa groups apparently, like we're getting on him. They were like marking him. They were like, "No, this is what his face looks like. Go after him," type thing. And he was getting threats from them. Which is crazy. So he's on his live actually. Gina, pleasure to meet you.
because he helped people in Kenosha to get off the fires. He's a streamer that used to be with the Antifa press.
Really?
He's no longer there anymore.
Yeah, he said that they did, and he was saying
I have in my life been with. I was with.
I don't know if he's part of the
Eric, so Luna, what's her name?
Yeah, but just because you know somebody doesn't mean you're with
Exactly.
Hanging with the crowd, like hanging out in downtown.
Well, a lot of it's there's.
I watch
You all stick together. Yeah.
I know, I watch it. I watch you guys.
So from, beliefs aside, like.
But why aren't you downtown anymore?
I was out of state for a month plus.
I haven't seen you there since you've been back though.
I've been home for like 5-6 days. Yeah, for me, I'm still trying to process everything from Kenosha.
Want to see this on Facebook?
Seattle on Wednesday, but for me, Kenosha hit me pretty hard. So
I can't see my eyes. He's staring at the screen all day. Yeah. I can't find it.
I'm never down with riots. I don't think a riot is gonna elevate anybody's agenda. Not a positive one.
Is that why you're not downtown
She also said that these two press members who were assaulted there, one kicked in the head, that was just
I legit just haven't been around. I've been gone. Like I got back. I got back from Kenosha. I went to Kenosha, did everything all the way to DC, back to Kenosha. Then I made my way. I got back for a day, and I went down to Salem for a week, and I was helping with the evacuation efforts for animals down there from the farms and whatnot, all the way down to like Estacada. Then we went down to like Paisley. Then I got back after a week of that, and I've been home for just a couple days, and so I was able to get out in Seattle, and now I'm down here trying.
I saw Concrete reporting in Seattle.
I'm not with Concrete.
You're not with them anymore?
No, I'm 100% independent, CJTV.
All right.
So Ian's still doing his thing though. He's still running it.
Friends on Facebook, so
Okay.
I'm still gonna follow you.
I appreciate that.
I'm still very eerie, because I know that you were with. But I did see your.
If you watch me, you should know. Yeah.
I saw the descent from it, but I still think that you, as a very smart man, you should know that the same people that started all the shit in Kenosha across the nation, that you were the one filming that shit. There's the same strategies.
I'm not gonna ever get behind. My heart's in Kenosha, and I have a huge love for that place, for that city.
I'm talking about Portland. You went all the way to DC.
Yeah.
You saw it's the same fucking strategies, same people, same black bloc. Okay, same. Their strategies they're the same. It's Antifa across the board. So I'm only associating you with that because you were there in Portland from the beginning, and I saw you hubnobbing.
Some of those people are friends, absolutely. And I've never heard anyone claim to be Antifa. Legitimately, never heard it. I'll stand by that till the day I die. And some of those people are some of the nicest and most embracing and warm people I've ever met.
The truth is,
Eric Greenwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so him and I had a long conversation too, and he said the same thing about Antifa not being real, but it's Eric's, it's RX, it's the same people always live streaming, and they're getting funding by the same people, they're getting gas masks and bulletproof vests from the same people. So there is an organization, you can't deny that.
That's not for me to say here.
There is an organization.
Again.
Is there organization when they're downtown? Is there some kind of coordination between the press and the people that are doing black bloc and the ones who are doing direct action?
I don't know how the press, because usually they're the ones that don't want the press there.
Right.
Like
but there's coordination to tell them not to film. Is that not true?
I don't know. I get drummed out of places that are surprising to me.
Antifa tells the press not to film their faces. The press does not film their faces because it's an organization.
And that's probably why I get yelled at, because my whole thing is like, if you don't want to be on camera, it's better that you wear a mask, but there's no reason for you to not want to be. You know what I mean? If you're out here representing your cause, you know what I mean? Like.
No, I agree. I agree with that too.
Yeah.
All right, well, nice to talk to you.
Hey, good talking to you too. Thanks for the time. Yeah.
I think it was, they said they captured some human traffickers. So that's, I heard it just popped up on my phone. So I think, is that like more like what you guys are talking about?
I'm not familiar with that, so I really can't comment on it, honestly. But just, okay. Oh.
I'm interested though, like, I think Proud Boys started right with like Gavin McInnes in 2016. So if you want to share, like, how did you find out about it? Like, what attracted you to it?
Okay, so I didn't know who Gavin McInnes was when I found out about who the Proud Boys were. I didn't know who he was even when I joined as a first degree. What made
the first degree? Just
you're a pledge. You're an official supporter of the club. You're not considered an official national member. You're not allowed to wear the official uniform. But
there's a tattoo or something. Someone told me.
Third degree tattoo.
Oh, that's it. Okay. That's cool.
Third degree tattoo. Also got some knuckles, FAFO. No, that's not joining, that's a privilege. So as a third degree tattoo, so you kind of have tiers of
membership. You have to go up tiers.
You don't have to, you can choose to, or you get nominated to. It's a privilege, you know? So as a second degree member, you're considered a brother for life. First degree members are kind of those prospect areas. It's a sacred brotherhood. You can't just let any Joe blow in, you know what I mean? Like, can't just let anyone in with something that we're supposed to pass on to our children and our grandchildren. You know, it's a sacred family. What made me want to join is Antifa. Antifa are the ones that made me want to join. You got men throwing bricks at women and children, throwing bags of piss and shit at people, attacking people on fucking scooters. And like, I wasn't political at all. I didn't care about left versus right, but that's fucked up, dude. Like, it makes me emotional even, because I got grandparents that want to go out there and stand up for their rights, but seeing Antifa attack them, that's what made me want to.
That's why he's mad. He's not mad about fucking cops just killing innocent people, but he's mad because Antifa rides around on scooters.
I might have to go to work tomorrow on Monday with a fucking black eye, but I'd rather fucking do it and then you go to work with a fucking broken jaw, you know what I mean? So that's why I joined the Proud Boys. I'd rather deal with it than my kids have to deal with it. In all honesty, that's why I joined. And like, the brotherhood is great, but we have something we're fighting for. That's why I joined the Proud Boys. So like, the brotherhood is great, but I joined it because I wanted to beat up some fucking commies, man. Like, and I hate to paint that picture, but you know what? That's why I joined. But I found that
Scooter envy. I know, they want to ride the scooters, dude. Just get on it, man. Just get on it. You can ride the scooter too. But then we'll all start riding one wheels and then they'll be like, fuck! Antifa on their fucking spaceships.
I was, okay, so how I heard about the Proud Boys, exact story. I was working on Horizon High School. I'm an electrician. I was fucking running 4-inch pipe underneath the school, sweating my balls, listening to Alex Jones. Shout out to InfoWars. Alex Jones, and he's like, I'm bringing on Rufio Panaman of the Proud Boys, and he's talking about, he's actually, he didn't make it this week. He's attending a wedding, actually. So, long story short, I was like, wait, there's a group of men beliefs as I do, and they're actually together standing up against Antifa. I thought I was the only one. I thought me and my foreman were the only Mexicans in Colorado that wanted to go fight against Antifa, and then sure, but there was already a group like that, so we heard about it, and I was like, I want to join the Proud Boys. I crawled out the crawl space, fucking wiped out my sweat, found the Proud Boys on Twitter, I hit them up, and I talked to someone, and honestly, the dude who was in charge of the Denver Twitter ended up moving chapters, and he lost the Twitter, so it was the right place at the right time. I was listening to Alex Jones again, like 2 months later, like way afterwards. Me and my foreman were listening to Alex Jones. This dude comes in and he goes, "You Mexican boys conservatives?" And we're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, that's cool. You can't really talk about that on job sites." So we started listening. He's like, "How long you guys been listening to Alex Jones?" We're like, "Oh yeah, about a year now. You know, So we're listening to it. And he goes, have you boys ever been to a rally? And I was like, I've never been to a rally, but I do want to go to a rally and I want to fight Antifa with the Proud Boys. And he goes, my roommate's a Proud Boy. He's like a high-ranking member. He's like an officer or something. We exchanged numbers. And I ended up showing up to a Proud Boy meeting with the fucking case of Corona. Up and carrying a gun. They shook my hand. They said, welcome, brother. And I got interviewed and did my vetting process and never seen that guy again. No, it was meant to be, man. And that is a similar story you'll get with a lot of these guys. It's truly divine intervention. Like, a lot of us, this fraternity has saved a lot of our lives. Like, made us better men. And it sounds corny to say it, but this brotherhood does save lives. And that's why we're out here protecting lives. Is what we want to do, you know? Like.
Well, so what do you say to, people who say, like, Proud Boys are just violent, like they're coming with guns, they just want to murder Antifa, like I've heard a lot of that. What do you say to that sort of thing?
Poor media. They're being told something that's not true, and people will believe it, you know? Like, if you look at us, like, we do kind of look aggressive, yeah, but we're a bunch of grown-ass men with tattoos. We're fucking fit. We're ready to get womped on, you know? We're not a bunch of fucking pussies. So they just seeing that, people see it as being aggressive when we're really not. You can literally, I guarantee, you can walk up to any of these guys and ask for a hug, and I guarantee any of them will hug you. Like, I could do it. Like, literally, any of these guys will give you a hug. And if you need a water, I guarantee you go ask for a water bottle. If they don't have it, they will find you. You know, so it's like perception, you know, and bad media. Literally, if you want to get to know us, walk up to us and buy me a beer, dude, and you're going to be my best friend for the next 30 minutes. Honestly, dude, like, we're really easy to get along with, so it's like...
Well, that's really interesting.
We are drinkers, we are brawlers, but we're God-fearing men, and that's not all we are, you know? So if they see us as a certain way, just get to know us, because we can be that way, but that's not who we are, you know?
No, I'm asking for you. I'm not. It's going on right now. It's yesterday downtown. So that's going on now. How do you so they're standing behind BLM and they're using that as a shield. Okay, so what are you doing? And do all lives matter. All, yes, I do see my people. I do see my people. Yes, it's a black guy and a white guy on camera. Caught him red hand. See, the thing is I've been down here. I'm a recovering drug addict. And I used to go down and cop dope from all kinds of people. I didn't care what color your skin was. I cared where my dope came from. And the problem is you got crackheads down there with BLM. And BLM is going straight at the crackheads because that's how they get their dope. That's my problem. It's all BLM. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what's going on in downtown Portland that's standing behind BLM right now. That in your city. Explain that. So why are they there? Why are they getting away with it as Black Lives Matter? Why are they allowed to use Black Lives Matter as it and ruin it? I was down there yesterday. I have it on tape. I stopped 2 people trying to abduct 2 kids.
So then what do you do? What's the, yeah. So
I'm telling you right now, I'm asking, what do we do as a community? What do we do as a community? Because I caught it yesterday.
Yeah, so it's brainstorming. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Well, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
I'm triggered because I'm fed up as an American and as a person that tried so hard in this country to love people. That's what I'm at. And I'm frustrated. And I'm watching these people downtown using Black Lives Matter because we all know people get abused across the board. And that's why we say every life matters because kids are being abused right now by BLM people that are claiming BLM right now. And I can prove it on camera. I got all the footage. That's the beauty. And the thing is I'm educated in the streets. And I know when people are running the games. And it's just like the case that we're hearing about. I'm not trying to bring it into it. What I'm trying to bring into it. What's happening today. They're using BLM as the shield. And it has anarchy. That's okay. We're not about anarchy. We're about loving one. Remember back in the day, one love? Because I didn't work for the culture. I worked for Shaquille O'Neal for 10 years. Who's a majorly successful black person in this country. And very powerful at that. He's a cop. What do we say about Shaquille O'Neal being a cop, a sheriff?
So where are we going here? What is your
right now today? Because I'll go right now with you. Let's go down and stop it today. How about we go down and stop the people that I caught on camera yesterday? I can't see you now. How about we do that together?
How do you suggest we do that?
Go down there and make a presence, and don't let the law be broken, and don't let kids like I did yesterday, and don't let kids be swayed into a
So do you think your message would be best directed towards the community that you're speaking towards if you were to go down there yourself and speak? Because I think we're media, so like we're not going to act on this. Yeah, I'm a person. Okay.
That's my problem is right here. We're gonna hide behind the press. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about being nobody for so long? See, because when I turn the camera around, I'm gonna get, I can't be a journalist.
No, I'm not going to say I can. I say I show up places. So our whole goal with this media that we do, and you do it too, is like, you know what I mean? So, okay, so I am claiming media. So I own my media company, and I like what we do with the live streams. We can go in places and we can show people what's happening as it happens. Yeah, hold it.
I'm tired because I'm tired of hiding my media shit.
Yeah, so I'm not hiding behind media. So, yeah.
It's about kids that are being abducted.
Okay, so is it about kids or is it about crime? What are you talking about?
About the kids I almost saw that were being abducted yesterday that I stopped. Where's my foot?
Yeah, let's see the footage.
Stop my feed. I care less about your media. How about you stop your views and we talk about this as real men?
I'm not even putting views out here. I think you're directing your anger in the wrong direction.
I'm not, because I'm about to show you.
You're directing your anger.
What's going on in downtown Portland.
Let's see it.
All right, let's see what's going on in downtown Portland. Matter of fact, there's your park right there. Admits it on camera here.
So you're telling you say
time out. Finish it. We'll finish it. No, don't try to cut this narrative.
Mine's live.
Stop. And let's talk about what he does here. He stops the crackhead, okay? Because he knows I'm catching him messing with kids. He's the lookout, right? Tells him in the footage, I can't do nothing, right? What does he do? Turns around and yells towards the boss that's in the park. All right, and here's where I turn the camera around on the young man, the black gentleman that was with the white man, downtown Portland, claiming BLM in the BLM park. Time out. You're looking at me stopping two BLM people trying to abduct kids in the middle of the day in downtown Portland.
Is that the kids who was abducting, or is that the abductors?
Those are the abductors.
Okay.
Right across the street from the Black Lives Matter park, right? What's that? Right. Oh, you're worried about your viewers. I'm worried about the viewers.
Well, what are we looking at? What were we looking at?
You're looking at two people.
I know, but yeah, it wasn't. I know that we didn't see that.
But your viewers didn't fucking see it. Shut your cameras down and take a step back and let's talk.
This guy. All right, we're not gonna get a conversation out of him. That guy's hostile as fuck. All right, we're not gonna get a conversation out of him. I don't even, dude. I watched the video. I didn't see anything he was talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. We can turn off the cameras too, but we ain't gonna do that. I'd have someone hold the camera. Why don't he go? Tell him to go fall down. I'll be there in a minute. That was something. That was interesting. I'm fired up. Yeah, we're about to just walk.
Look at all the technologies on this, guys. For real, look at this. And he's rocking a Bose surround sound in his whip right now. This is a depth finder in case he goes bass fishing. This one actually communicates with a satellite in outer space. And this one right here, it's got X-ray vision. It can actually see through people.
Walking up to a bunch of men and you're the only woman, and then a bunch of guys are like, hey, want water? You know, so it's like, no, women have a place, and it's deep in our hearts, you know, and there's no anti-women bullshit. Save that for CNN. We don't do that.
I heard I was at a Trump rally at one point, and they had a song like "CNN sucks," like a mantra.
CNN sucks.
Yeah,
CNN does suck. Dude. Yeah. No, it does, man. Like, It's Chinese propaganda. It really is. You know who they're owned by. You know.
Why Chinese? That's interesting. I've heard that more and more. What about the Chinese?
It's true. Now, why the Chinese? Well, why is the Chinese doing it? You tell me that. I don't want them doing it. Let's fucking stay in China.
But why? Like, why does CNN relate to China? I just don't know.
Oh, globalist propaganda. And it's not that China is the enemy. It's the globalists are the enemy. It's the billion-dollar industries. It's Apple. It's Twitter. It's Microsoft. Bill Gates. It's the WHO. It's the UN. It's these multi-billion-dollar, multi-international companies and corporations that can work together and create a standard and control the media, you know? And CNN is being funded by them. So if this person is...
Like they're being literally funded by China?
They're funded by... I don't know. Okay, I don't want to fucking put out the wrong word. There's someone who's funding CNN. Who funds CNN? Is it Soros or China? Both.
Both. Soros and China fund CNN?
Well, I mean, you can't. It's the globalist mention China. It is Soros because that's the reason why they cut him off. It is George Soros. It's also Fox. So the new Gingrich.
Oh, Soros funds Fox?
Sure, they fund them both.
I thought Fox was more like...
Controlled opposition. It was made to be that way. So
Obama signed that in, right? It's propaganda. Legalize it.
So, like how it's, I don't know. I know a lot of people like rely on Fox and stuff, but who? And Trump even like retweets Fox still sometimes.
Not even us. Like, so I'm a conservative, and I don't rely. Right? I'm not like I got to see what's going on today. Turn to Fox News, right? I don't rely on Fox.
You're independent media, right?
Yeah.
Which is exactly who you like to listen to. I go far right, far left. They all have a grain of truth.
Even the far left, I listen to everybody just to see like
you'll
what's
find a
going
grain
on.
of truth within all of that.
More than she is too.
What I do is I look at first-hand things, and that's how I study history. I was taught.
to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
I also taught in university. I taught writing and research, and so people hate me, especially Antifa in Portland, because I'm always saying back up your claims, show me your support your claims, support what you're saying.
Basically, multiple times.
Oh, okay. But
I'm on the Antifa kill list.
This is why I joined.
Yeah, every day when I go outside, I want to see if my car is still.
What is the Antifa kill list?
People that they will kill if I were to go into downtown Portland at night during a riot, I would be murdered.
What happened?
They've released this list?
There are people like just all the Antifas of Portland. The Portland people want to kill me. They have a whole list of people. They want to kill Andy No. They've gone to his house. Yeah. They want to kill a lot of people. There are a lot of people here that if they had the opportunity to kill him, Haley Adams. I mean, Haley's Jewish, and they call her a white supremacist. Haley's Jewish. I just found out I'm Jewish. I didn't know I was Jewish until recently.
You did an ancestry test or something?
I did that. No, the Sephardic Jew doesn't show up in the ancestry test.
No, yeah, mine didn't.
But my family tree, and he's mostly black.
No, yeah.
He's got, and I'm 1% black.
My Congolese.
Yeah, he's got we're all mixed. We don't care about race. No one here cares about race. We don't care about skin color. We don't care about who people sleep with. No one here cares about that. All we care about is the United States of America not being taken over by socialism.
So do you like I don't know how you feel. Obviously we're in the middle of an election. There's Biden, there's Trump. Do you feel like Biden would like bring in this socialist agenda?
Biden would, but Kamala Harris would be the person running the country because that was the design. Actually, the whole George Floyd thing, if you look at so Amy Klobuchar was the person that Biden was picking for his vice presidential running mate. George Floyd happened to be an opportunistic opportunity because Keith Ellison, who is the Attorney General of Minnesota, they jumped on the George. What they do is they watch these police killings. So they take them like they did with Mike Brown in 2014, and they use them to further this communist agenda. Black Lives Matter has always been communist. It has never been about black lives because the murder rates It happened in 2014, skyrocketed of young black men because of gangs. What they do is they traffic drugs, they traffic human beings. And these gangs are doing that. So Black Lives Matter wants to eliminate police because actually the founders, if you read their page, they claim to be 3 lesbian separatists who hate black men. If you remove the police, they hate the nuclear family and they don't like heterosexuality. So by removing black men that they hate, they allow, by removing police, black men will kill each other. Then they're achieving their lesbian separatist goal.
What is, sorry, I don't know, what's a lesbian?
Okay, in the 1970s, I met my first lesbian separatists at an Equal Rights Amendment meeting. I never heard of them before, like 1975. They want to have an all-women, lesbian, women's society.
You should get up on the sidewalk real quick. I'm gonna see what these guys are doing.
Okay, and so, but Black Lives Matter.
Thank you.
So I've been watching, I started watching Black Lives Matter in 2014, watching the live streams, watching them beat people up, block roads. Blocking roads is a form of false imprisonment. It is a felony. And you holding somebody hostage in a car, that's a form of trapping people in a car in false imprisonment. And it is illegal. Pedestrians do not have the right of way. See, there's so many myths where people justify their criminal behavior by saying, oh, here's this law. No, the Constitution doesn't say we have a right to protest. We only have a right to assemble peaceably. But we do not have a right
You are
to
keeping your
protest.
debt
We do
company.
not have a right to yell. We do
No.
not have a right to wake people up.
But I recognize everybody there.
We do not have a right to
Weezy,
throw things.
Aaron,
So I just started watching the
Bubba,
Black Lives Matter.
Chris.
Then they were called,
That's
Antifa
you,
used to call
right?
themselves Anonymous. And they were also Occupy. 2011 was Occupy. Occupy PDX, Occupy Wall Street. Then they became Black Lives Matter, and then they were anonymous, now they call themselves Antifa, and their whole goal is Marxism. If you talk to them, they will tell you that's what they are. So it's on the page, if you go on the Black Lives Matter page, they're not about Black Lives. They're just about eliminating heterosexuality. Heteronormative is what they call it.
So, one thing that I asked him about was, I hesitated as a woman to come out here at all. Like, how do you feel as a woman? Because I'd heard, like, they're chauvinists, like, they don't like women. I've never really endeavored.
That's a bad idea for women.
I mean,
Do you want to know what they say about women? The only statement they've said about women is venerate the housewife. That means work hard enough. If your wife wants to stay home, you can support her. That's all it means. If you want to stay home and be a homemaker as a woman and raise the children, that
What's up, doggy?
boys want to make enough money to
No,
allow that to happen.
it's mine.
My brothers married 2 women with college degrees, but they made enough money. Both my sister-in-laws, they stayed home with the kids, and when the kids grew up and went away to college, then they went back to work. That's just the good thing to do. Another thing that I find interesting, people who say they like immigrants from the Middle East or from Latin America,
What about
a
you,
lot of
bitch?
them,
You got a
their
job?
wives, they don't allow
Huh?
women to work.
I want to ask that lady.
So how
Can
can
you hear
someone
them?
think
Can
this
you hear the
is
person talking?
against women, but then they say we support Middle East?
Yeah, but
What about you, bitch? You got a job?
Alright.
Latin American, like Mexican families who don't want women to work.
that's one question. I don't know what's going on over there. We should go over
These
there.
men right here, they make the best husbands. These men are hardworking men. Oh yeah, they are.
So, do you see anything, like, as a woman, do you see anything that you disagree with what Proud Boys do? Because I've heard, I don't know any Proud Boys specifically, and I've heard things like they're armed, they're definitely 2A, they,
Proud Boys are not armed.
Fuck brother.
in some cases.
Well, we're all 2A. If you're not 2A, you're not an American. I grew up with guns. I grew up in the countryside and farms where we all had guns. But Proud Boys aren't the armed guys. Do you know how to tell who a Proud Boy is? Do you know how to spot them? Yeah, and none of them have guns.
Yeah.
Those are the other people that have the guns.
Okay, like Patriot Prayer.
No, Patriot Prayer has never carried guns. Patriot Prayer isn't here today. I used to be with Patriot Prayer, but Patriot Prayer has never had guns. Yeah, see, people, the local news people have distorted this so much, and even Ted Wheeler, Kate Brown, I don't understand how they think it's okay to just make up things about people. That's called bearing false witness, and that's in the Old Testament.
So what do you think, but last question before we go back over there where everyone seems to have gone. What do you hope to come out of today?
of this?
Yeah, out of
Just showing that there are different points of view. There are different ways of being. And even here, nobody here is exactly alike. We don't have like one ideology. We just love the United States. And
Everything
we don't
okay?
like what's happening in Portland. Downtown Portland is
What?
destroyed.
You spill?
It's all burned up. It's boarded up. 3 days ago, a Portland police officer had a Molotov cocktail thrown on top of them. And I watch the live streams every night, and I'm just really tired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to walk. Over here? No, I'm around. Yeah, I'll take a ride.
Okay, all over Europe. I'm not going to name every single country that we're in Europe, but Israel, South Korea, Hong Kong, we got a big presence in Hong Kong, Japan, Australia, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Puerto Rico. I mean, we're all over the place. All right. What is Proud Boys? In a simple statement, Proud Boys is basically a drinking club with a patriot problem. It's basically what we are. We're a men's fraternity first before anything else. The political stuff is a small portion of the Proud Boys are actually political, but a large portion of us are just dudes that just want to get out once a month and drink beer with the boys. All right, last question for you. Proud Boys get slandered often as being Nazis, white supremacists, racists, white nationalists. You don't look like you're completely a white man. I don't know what race you are, but how do you respond to that? My family came from Cuba. Two of my family members were executed by the order of Che Guevara and Castro. They were put on their knees, their hands were tied behind their back, and they were shot. Shortly after that, my grandfather thought it was a great idea to show them my country.
It's 64 fucking words.
That's why we say that the West is the best. And to me, fascism and communism are the same thing. The same as response. It's just a different flavor of what authority over the people someone has. With that said, I spoke to a far leftist here today. He was willing to have good conversations with me and actually have a dialogue. He admitted that this is an uprising right now. You don't hear them admit that very often. No. From you coming from Cuba and having the family history that you have, what is it like to experience these things happening in America today? They read it in books. My family lived it, and I've gone to Cuba many times, and I've witnessed it firsthand. So the education, those people, that person that you interviewed is a victim. Unfortunately, the system has failed. Our education system has failed.
I don't understand, but you know what? The level of the game that they're pulling down there is above reviews. It's about selling kids off the fucking street. My views, dude, these are free. I'm talking about him right here. Dude, he's out here wasting. Dude, you know how many times this guy's almost been killed? I caught 2 people. This guy's almost been killed numerous times. Dude, I have my views, the views. Just to give you the views to see what's going on. And this guy, he does not even take charge. I'm not doing it every day for the American truck driver that brings you everything you need and drives into these hostile areas. I drive semi. Right.
I drove semis in the military. Get what?
These drivers come into these
I'm an 88 Mike. I'm a truck driver. You were talking to the wrong people. You are talking to the wrong people now. I'm a truck driver. Okay, so now you're talking to someone I know what you're talking about. So now you're talking. Now we're not talking about the kids. So now we're talking about truck drivers. So what are we talking about, sir?
What I'm saying is, I have this. Like he said, he has a show.
He doesn't have a show. He
does. You guys have platforms. So do I.
Yes.
I have over 100,000 in a home.
Okay.
On a daily.
Where?
I do a morning talk show.
Where?
It doesn't matter. The point is truck drivers come into the city and deliver to the slows, where Antifa buys the shit and beats, kill cops, and that's what I report on. Going into these hostile areas.
So then, where can people find your? Where can people find your meeting? But that's what you do. What are you? Oh my fucking Christ! What? Do what? Do what?
No, but you know what? Here's what I'm gonna say.
What?
You don't care about kids.
Okay. I have kids. He has kids.
Let's go.
Why are you getting upset? What?
Because I'm tired of people.
This is Batman. That's Superman. And you're Captain America. Let's fucking go. Roll this shit up. Brett talking it out.
What do you? No, we're not gonna get anywhere here.
Look what I did to one here.
Guys can say I'm not ever saying that I don't care about people.
I just said, yeah, you do that. Let's go handle some shit right now. I'm not
handle some shit.
Oh, you're having active. Right. I shut it down. I'm active.
Call FBI.
Wait, aren't the cops doing nothing right now?
Bronx, sir.
Let's watch this. Shut down. And then you do that.
I do porno.
I got OnlyFans.
No, man,
That's a poor Catholic.
I got OnlyFans. I got OnlyFans.
You should.
Yeah, I know.
You got that free stuff.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he should be doing what Bird being over there. He is only
Upper middle class black people. And my concept of black people is successful, law-abiding, judges, police, professors, business owners, ranchers. So my concept of black is not a person that's robbing a little Asian man and throwing him across. I don't see that as what I see as white people either. If you choose to live a criminal life, then you're going to get what you ask for. So it's not racist unless race is brought into it. The only reason people bring this up as racist is because that's the Marxist way of trying to take over the United States, to create racial division.
So, no, you're fine. So, do you think, like, does it so happen that more crimes are committed by black people? Like, do you think they're more likely to be murderers or whatever?
It's a small percentage in certain cities, because 55% of all total murders are committed by black males between 16 and 24 years old, but only in certain cities, usually gang-related. Not normal black guys. So that's just not saying normal black guys are doing this. Normal white guys selling meth and in gangs or whatever, committing crimes, those aren't normal white guys. There are three kinds of people in the world: law-abiding, criminal, and criminal supporters. Criminal supporters are among the most dangerous people because they support criminals as if they're normal. And Black Lives Matter is racist. The white people who adhere to Black Lives Matter are actually racist because they're saying we consider black guys who commit crimes to be normal black guys.
That's interesting, like the concept that Black Lives Matter is racist. Expand on, what do you, like why? What do you?
Because they stand up only for criminals. They don't do anything to help black people that don't commit crimes. They only stand up for criminals.
That's just the media. That's a lie. I've been involved in Black Lives Matter, and the people there, black people are standing up saying we've got problems in our community. About 50% of them saying that,
Thank you, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
you know, they're talking about all that stuff themselves. Sorry to interject there. I just wanted to say a couple things and leave, but you didn't have to leave. I guess she was getting ready to anyways. But they were saying, you know, like, all lives matter. Like 50% of them were. Now the media is painting this other narrative that, you know, the whites are all racist and the black groups are all racist. You know, this group's racist over here, and then Black Lives Matter is racist over there. But when I was there, you know, I was with a lot of those people. I even kind of helped lead some of it, and they, like 50% of them really weren't there for Black Lives Matter. They were there for complete reform. They all wanted something to change. Just like the Open Ohio Republicans, they weren't all there just for Open Ohio. They were there for everything. They were there for gun rights. They were there for, you know, just a tyranny. Like, this system is completely not at all what it's supposed to be. It's not the Constitution. It's way from... telling people it's one way, it's my way or the highway, and it's really not like that at a lot of these events. As you guys know from being out at this event, like, I'm looking for the white racist out here. It's kind of like a little joke I make up.
Do you happen to know where everyone's going right now?
Someone said something about going to the mall.
I might go ask people. Like,
They're going to the mall?
What's the mall? What do you mean?
What?
I don't know. I'm new to the city.
Okay.
What's the mall? What's a mall? I'm from the country. I don't mall. I've never mauled before. It's gonna teach me how to maul.
Alright, my friends, subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. We will be
You are watching Portland Independent
Jeez.
News. We stream nightly on Twitch, DLive, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So take a moment to hit the like, follow, subscribe. Don't forget to set up alerts. A special thank you to all our backers and supporters that keep us independent of influence. Stay safe out there. And as always, for everyone, stay informed, stay together. and stay tight.
Come on, I gotta pull up some more.
Girl, why don't you come sit over here? And I need to sit right here. You come over there. I need to sit right here. I need to sit right here.
Sucks, what's going on? Yeah, hold on.
Peninsula. It's extremely freaking hot, guys. Oh, there's some cops over here. I didn't even see them when we were walking. But yeah, make sure you guys are following the stream with, or following my page with live notifications turned on. Yeah, it's Andrew with me. No, I don't. We'll look for it.
Come on.
Steve probably hates us again. Good stuff. What's up, guys? Steve probably hates us again. I mean, he has hated me, but.
Damn.
Was he really on the phone with him? Yeah, I guess. I mean, it sounded like Steve. It sounded like him on the phone. All right, we're heading to the next place. The trucks are headed to Peninsula Park. That's where we're headed right now, too. I need to take this jacket off. Ooh. I just got an alarming message that we're being blasted in the Antifa, or not the Antifa, but the, hold on, I'll read the message. No, I think Proud Boys. That's what someone says in my message. I don't know if it's true. Shit. That wouldn't have been good. No idea. Dude, we're hated on all ends. I'm hated in the freaking Antifa world, the BLM world, the Proud Boy world, music world. I'm starting to hate myself.
You guys are fucking hilarious. I got like one more sentence.
We're in a bad area for shit. Alright, we gotta figure out where we're going.
in the car again. Remember the car stream to the chop zone?
Okay, Kirsty, thank you so much for your support. Very much appreciated. And Sheena, thank you so much for your support. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
All the support.
Look, you and Ricardo are being blasted on some Proud Boy chat.
I think I'm gonna
Tifa Spies. Okay.
Tifa Spies. All they gotta do is watch our stream.
Alright.
See, that's probably the fringe group of Proud Boys that engage on the internet and don't actually show up. But all the Proud Boys that were down there had no issues with us.
Yeah, this is pretty alarming. So apparently, yeah. So guys, this message says, alert, you and Mercado are being blasted on some Proud Boy chats as Antifa spies. Be careful, please. Some are saying they plan on taking you and other black streamers out. They are planning to make it look like Antifa is doing it. Please be alert.
You have to have that open, right?
Okay.
See what we got? See what we got out here?
This is what we do with that streamers.
See what we got? We got Proud Boys that are gonna pretend to be Antifa. See what I mean? What a joke.
Like and share the stream, you guys. We're in Portland, Oregon.
I got a text saying, "Be careful going to your car. Do not go alone." What the fuck's going on?
It's like a fucking scary
Dude,
movie.
do I need to go buy a gun right now?
Yo, Christopher, thank you so much for your support. Very much appreciated.
What the fuck?
Thank you, Christopher.
CJ is walking to his car and we'll head over to I gotta put Vanessa in the park.
I have mine with me.
I am getting my concealed carry like next week. Like we're doing.
Oh, I am?
Media Avengers will carry.
Come on, I am.
So it's 11 minutes.
That's interesting. Oh, Gregory Tompkins. I'm sorry I saw this late. I didn't have service.
Half Alive? No, I've never heard that song. What is it?
Very much appreciated.
Goodbye.
CJ's heading to his car to Peninsula Park, so we'll meet CJ there, guys.
Yeah, we'll meet CJ at
Yeah,
Peninsula.
I'm almost done with this part of the assignment. Now I already have an account with
I see your message.
GitHub, so that's already done.
No one's waiting for us.
Bitches.
This is insane.
Let's check how
No,
we're
not
doing
sign
in the
up. No,
contest
sign
real
up.
quick.
Are you at a contest?
Dude, they put me in a random contest while I was
Why
over
don't you
there.
tell YouTube what you got then?
Got it. So guys, if you go to Instagram and go to Rip City Heroes, their Instagram, you guys can look at the most recent post right here, where it has 4 cards. I'm one of them. If you guys just vote for me by commenting my name, just type either soul.luna or at me at soul.luna_xi. I'll show my chat too. Here's where you guys can go.
So remember,
The Rip City Heroes.
those of you that remember back
Instagram.
in June, remember everything kind of comes back full circle.
Heroes is spelled funky, but it's
doing
okay.
that,
Rip City Heroes
contest
Instagram.
again, so we can get
Find this post right here. You'll see a card of me. That's me. It's like a Pokemon card type thing. Anyways, you guys just vote for me by typing soul.luna or at soul_.lu.
Black Lives Matter.
Screenshot.
That's soul.luna_xi. That's how you guys do that. At soul.luna_xi. And make sure you guys follow me too while you're at it. So. But I'll stop talking about it. Yeah, you're going the wrong way, someone said. Oh, your GPS. Okay. Guys, we're very close. We're actually a lot closer than I thought we were. So just stay in the chat and we'll be there soon.
GitHub.
So the Proud Boy rally has ended.
Yeah, we're making a bigger presence on YouTube. Please subscribe if you haven't.
They are leaving the Delta Park area.
When we get to 15,000, I'm gonna do a 2 sweatshirt giveaway.
Yeah, Brittany, it's on Instagram. If you guys vote, please just vote for vote one time.
2 sweatshirts, 2 t-shirts.
Proud Boys have attacked.
California boys coming from Beaverton later. Thank you so much.
Never been a YouTuber or content creator until this summer.
We have it on
Stay
GPS,
together,
guys. I know
stay
we've
tight, buddy
going
up.
the other way.
Careful.
We
Proud
just
Boys
live
are out here to hurt everyone.
But we're close to 10K.
We got us. somewhere over there underneath the.
Yeah, Sean, thank you so much for your support. Very much appreciated, Sean. Thank you.
I don't know which number it's on. You should have choice. Yeah, all with you. South. High five.
Ow!
Never thought I'd do that.
I said that about Alaska too. It's kind of sideways and crooked. I'm sorry.
Our streets. Our streets.
For 4 years, I was stationed in Alaska. I got some super chats to read off too when I get there. Thank you for those of you super chatting. That's another way you can contribute to the channel. Those paychecks I think are on the 15th of every month for me.
Hand in hand.
I haven't sent a direct deposit. I like to show all the viewers how like all the money made. I'll show everyone the revenue, the analytics. I'll do all that. I'll do a live stream where I show everyone. I did that for Facebook.
Check out the clouds, guys. That was looking nice.
Yeah, that's his cloud actually. These clouds in tandem.
Gorgeous.
We do need to incorporate food sometime into today's.
Oh yeah. At some point we'll grab some food.
Yeah, we'll find some.
Ooh, cops protect capital, not people. Good. I hope so.
It was real nasty.
Good. It was probably all true.
I suspect so.
Or worse.
I think he actually under-exaggerated a little bit.
I think so.
My concern is I don't know why you set off Periscope unless you're logged into Periscope on your phone.
We're headed to Peninsula Park.
See, that's you gotta have. If you do that while you're logged in, it might be
That's valid.
I don't know. I don't even know. I just lost connection.
That may be why though, because I only downloaded it that first day and then I was checking on the email and all, so it might be still loaded.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get. I'm using him as Wi-Fi. How's your signal?
Mine's fine.
Service is great. Yeah, but Sprint would come over as primary, not like secondary.
Exactly.
Metro is secondary.
Mine is primary.
Right. So in this crowd, you would get bumped to priority
Yes.
because you were Sprint.
That's why I said earlier, I'm like, you want to use my phone?
No, I wanted to use you as the hotspot.
Oh.
That would have been the answer.
I'm a T-Mobile commercial customer, so I've got a dedicated bandwidth automatically.
I also see there's a thing on my phone. I think you're on Facebook. Yeah, see.
Why? Fucking what these fucking sucks.
So it might just be this spot too.
Well, mine is on.
Should I zip myself up?
Say whatever you want. You know me, I don't give up.
Just obviously you do because you didn't say it.
I mean, I can cuss on here and they know. I cuss all the time.
Let me hear you. Let me hear it.
Fuck.
That was say it in your man voice.
Fuck.
Say it in your woman voice.
Fuck.
Say it in your bi voice.
Fuck. Regular voice? I don't know.
What happened there? Oh, you missed it though. It was kind of funny. It actually broke my little personal tension. 3 Asian guys walk up, cameras. Oh, can we interview you? We're from, and I'm like, with the press. They're, oh shit, in Japanese.
Oh my god. You're like,
we're so sorry. I'm like, no, it's cool. It wasn't visible.
You're like, we're the same, bro.
I mean, I know you want to interview people, not.
The look on your face right before you pointed your press badge on your shoulder there was pretty funny.
Yeah, like, wait, what?
They're like, oh, because they were locked in on me.
Yeah.
So I just looked over at him when they asked me.
That shows how many.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're from Japanese One News channel.
Yeah, like that's probably what's up.
Yeah,
Should wear that jacket
one of them
when it's starting to get hot.
asked me if he was streaming and his accent was so heavy it took like 3
Throw
tries.
camouflage.
What does that mean?
Never shuts up. It's worse than people work. In my opinion.
My protection. And your guys' support goes to things like this. This was not cheap. This costed like $500. This ran about 500. I think it was like $490 or something. So this is the type of stuff that your guys' support goes to. A lot of people think that, oh, you profit so much, like that dude who was like, how much money do you make? Like, dude, I really don't profit off of this. Like, it all goes to, it costs more to run the stream, if anything. When it comes to equipment and travel funds and things like this, protection, sometimes gotta hire security, all types of stuff. So that's all your guys' support. This is, like Andrew said earlier, I saw on his stream, he said, crowdfunded streams. I appreciate you guys all for your support. YouTube has a limit?
No.
Oh, sheesh.
Well, no, it's.
It's pretty easy. Close.
I think so. Dude, we have a park every other block, dude. We have so many parks in Portland.
Yep.
This is excessive. I haven't been anywhere else to see what their parks are like, but even me living here, I'm like, dude, we don't need this many parks. The neighborhood I live in, there's literally 3 parks. All in the same, like, vicinity. Alright, as you guys see right here, this seems to be more, Black Lives Matter oriented protest right here.
Don't be more than like 10 minutes.
Alright guys, we're heading in. Spam those heart reactions, guys. Spam those heart reactions. Share this out, share this out. Let's get those viewers back up. Let's get those viewers back up. Thank you guys all so much. You guys can start a watch party. Share it to as many groups as you guys can. Share it to about 5 groups if you're in any Facebook groups. It doesn't matter what group it is. I'll have to share this on my own stream too. Michelle, thank you so much for your support. Shout out to Michelle.
Very much appreciated. I gotta go to my stream and share this out.
I see you made it.
Oh, you made it. What's going on?
There's supposed to be more than, there's supposed to be a number of groups here.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk around a bit too. I'm waiting for Andrew to start his stream back up.
You think this is a video editor?
No, I'm a live streamer. Yep.
We got a safety meeting. If you need contributions to that too, let me know.
We're gonna walk around this a little bit, guys. We're at Peninsula Park, guys. Uh-oh. So I'm not sure where the Proud Boy oriented group is, but I think there's a ton of people on the other side of this fence over here.
There's something going on. I don't think
What spam the heart means? The heart reactions. Or you can hit the like reaction, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. Yeah, there's a ton of people, I told you guys. Might start getting a little bit spotty, guys. If we get connection interrupted, please stay in the chat. Please stay in the chat for 10 to 30 seconds and we will walk away. All right? We're getting close to a highly populated area in a park with a lot of trees. It might start getting a little bit spotty. So let's just pray that the stream doesn't go away.
We might have time to get food. It looks like this one's in. This is a big one.
Huge one, dude. Make sure you guys are also following if you have not already following the page. Turn on those live notifications. Appreciate you guys all so much. I'm Soul Luna. This is Portland, Oregon. This is where I live. If you're just now tuning in, if you're a first-time viewer, I live in Portland, Oregon. Grew up in Portland, Oregon, my whole life, and I'm here documenting what's going on both ends. Trying to show you guys both sides, not just the left side, not just the right side, and you guys both sides, and even in the middle.
Yeah, just so I don't have connection. I'll put out
ton of people here. Seems like we just made the end of it. Just got the end of it. But oh, look at this guy. This is gonna trigger a lot of people, I think. People are getting pictures with him. Yeah, this is a bad park for service. Surprised we have any service right now, honestly. We never have service here. What's going on? Felicia, thank you so much for your support. Very much appreciated. Yeah.
It's hot.
Super hot, dude.
What the hell? Still hold it strong, 2.5. Okay, baby.
So is there supposed to be like an after gathering, or is there? Let's try to find some answers for this.
Find some answers.
I want to find someone.
Answers.
This park is really muddy. It's so hot, guys. You guys know if this is turning into anything else, or is it over?
It's over.
It's over. Okay. Thank you.
But I think Irving would be the next launching point.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Irving Park.
Okay. Check this out, guys. This park has a super dope garden. A lot of the Proud Boys were supposed to come here. Wonder what happened with that.
Well, since there's not really much going on, guys, I'm gonna ask you one more time if you guys can vote for me on this thing. It seems somebody's catching up in the comments a little bit. One more time. It's the last time I'm gonna ask you guys on this stream. I know it's annoying. I just want to make sure I win this contest. Just if you guys go to Rip City Heroes on Instagram and vote for Soul Luna. This is my card right here. You can just type soul.luna or tag me soul.luna_xi. You guys can see all the rest of the comments. It looks like this on there. But yeah, just go to Rip City Heroes and comment. I think they might have a story vote too. Let's check the story vote out.
Cowboys' next location is Vancouver Mall.
Oh yeah. On the story as well, if you already voted, just go to the story and vote too. Here's the story. It'll say wrong answer. He did it wrong, so it's not the wrong answer. It's just a way you guys can vote. But you guys can also vote on the story by going to the top corner right here. Boom. And then just swipe over till you see the contest. You'll see a picture of me in there. You gotta swipe over like 8 times. Right here. Boom, and just vote for the top one, soul.luna, so you guys can vote. Sorry for asking for so much, guys. Sorry for asking for so much, but just another way to help me out, you know what I mean? We're gonna get back in the crowd. We can head out. We're gonna walk past this crowd and then we're gonna turn the stream off. Last minute spam, those hard reactions. How do we vote? I found Rip City. You could go to the story and find the vote there, or you can vote in the comments of their most recent post. Still a lot of people here, guys. Still a ton of people at this park. If anybody's in Portland and wants to, be a part of it. Stay unbiased. Yeah, I have been. I feel like I've been doing pretty good at that. I can't get over the fact she really tried to start a fuck Soul Luna chant. She got like 2 people to do it, and I was one of them. That's wild to me, bro. I gotta go back and watch that. That was hilarious. There's speakers at Irving right now. Fuck. All right, we're gonna get some food first, then we'll start streaming again.
Oh, you're getting tweeted about. We're gonna send tweets.
Turn over his footage to the authorities. Dude, so annoying, dude. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
That's corny to me, dude.
Make sure you're straight. This is new. It's just.
Jeez, dude. So yeah, Defend PDX made a tweet about me. Jeez, dude. Check this out. They have like a fucking, they like are documenting. 7 minutes ago, Sol Luna is at Peninsula. 17 minutes ago.
Oh, I
Sol
don't know.
Luna
I
is
don't
about
think
to
you're
walk
muted.
up. That's wild, dude.
What? What happened? What happened, guys?
Yes. Huh? Probably not. Oh, I don't think so.
What was that?
Someone said they don't like me in their city.
Oh my gosh, dude. We are fucking hated. Alright, Clout Chaser Sol Luna is approaching the scene. Sol Luna admitted earlier this month that he would shoot anyone that tries to stop him from filming protesters and letting him turn over his footage to authorities so people can be prosecuted. So dramatic. And then they retweeted the same post of this.
Bet you she's one of the ones that tweeted it. Oh yeah, they retweeted you.
So extra, dude. Told you guys, I'm fucking hated on both sides. I'm dead, man. I'm dead.
You're just out at the park and you hear his voice now.
That's hilarious.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna cut the stream here. Head on over to Kevin David Williams stream for now, for a second. We'll be back live when we get to a new destination. We're gonna go find another crowd of people, or we'll be back here at Peninsula. See you soon. Love you guys. Black Lives Matter.
Wait, that's what she said? She said she's in the park? Media is debated, dude. Thank you, Becky. Thank you guys who are defending me in the chat. Love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys all. If you guys have Twitter, it'd be dope.
You still working, Mama?
Defend PDX. This is their Instagram. You can find their post about me. Defend PDX. If you guys want to go defend me.
500?
You guys support.
You heard where you were?
Where I was.
So were you.
Jeez, dude.
Is there
I didn't even do anything wrong, dude. That's so annoying.
Do you help me with that? I got this stuff here. Oh, thank you, my love.
Yeah.
I know you're on the Twitter.
I feel like a freaking celebrity. Sol Luna's at the park. Sol Luna's here, guys. Multiple tweets. There's like 9 tweets. Literally, there's like a thread of tweets just saying Sol Luna is at the park, guys. Hey guys, Sol Luna's here. Being retweeted. Got retweeted like fucking 9 times. So extra, dude. What is this? They're like, Sol Luna's about to walk up. I'm like, here's Johnny. Yeah, Black Lives Matter, right? Let's dox the black guy. And the Mexican.
Yeah, we're not even white, dude. We're hated. Oh, we're not, you know what I mean?
Maybe they were hoping you'd perform. That's good. I should go ask them to stop taking down the sound system and just perform up there. Why do they even care, coolest viewer here? Because they think that I was trying to turn in incriminating footage of someone breaking a window over to the news over a misconstrued comment. I commented on the news because this is what I have been doing from the beginning, was trying to recruit news viewers into being my live stream viewers, to bring them over to watch live streamers instead of relying on the news and their false narratives. And I'm against the news, so why would I be trying to give them footage? Let me go further into it. Okay, so what I've been doing from the beginning is I go to the news channels when they're live streaming or when they post a story about a certain event. I'll be like, hey, you guys can watch this on my page. Watch this on my page instead. Don't listen to the news. That's what I've always done. I even get my viewers. So many of the viewers watching right now have converted from the news to watch this. So anyways, so that's what I've been doing. And then it just so happened I commented this on a post of some broken windows, and it looked bad. I can understand why they would think it, but it was not taken that way at all. And I even proved, I walked past it happening. I never got a single person on film of them breaking the windows. And they're saying that because I commented that, then I was trying to turn in footage for money or for free or for clout or whatever to try to get these people arrested. And I'm like, dude, I wasn't even talking to the news. I was talking to the viewers. I was saying, hey, watch my stream instead of watching the news. So they were thinking, yeah, he's saying he has incriminating footage and we're gonna dox him. So they doxed me, fucking put all my information out there, what I look like, everything.
Alright, so I think everybody's taking a break. I'm gonna take a break too.
My piercings and all types of shit.
Be back soon after I eat. I got some assignment to do. I might finish that up and then log back on, so that way at least, you know, we can imbibe a little bit. But yeah, be right back.
Not even to be taken that way at all. I wasn't even talking to the news. I was talking to the viewers. And I even fucking, I made it known, like I put so many videos out there. I made like 9 statements and they don't want to retweet those. They don't want to retweet those, but they'll retweet anybody saying fuck